Today's video is probably going to be a short one. We're just going to address the elephant in the room for those who are paying very close attention to what Bostic said and how it seems to me that the market reaction is a little crazy, but this proves and shows to us why we got to be prepared for anything. We got to be prepared for any sort of reaction, and from time to time, we need to lock in the gains. This morning was a pretty good opportunity if you had downside exposure to lock in some gains on that downside exposure. So, did Bostic deliver anything dovish? In my opinion, no. You could, ignore absolutely everything else he said and, make it very mechanical and go, he wants 25, green, market rally. Dovish, bullish. Boom. And that's what the market did. But that's not what he said. He was not trying to signal to the market to rally. In my opinion, he was trying to signal to the market that he was hawkish. And this is a dovish guy. So he's trying to fight the most hawkish people out there. He is trying to do that. He's not maximum hawk. But if it's a spectrum, the spectrum is not this to this. It's more like this to this. And he's kind of saying I'm like this, So it's a relatively narrow spectrum. Kashkari said yesterday he had made the decision on 25 or 50, but he doesn't care if it's 25 or 50. The pace of the hikes is not as important as the peak rate. And that, my friends, is the thing that matters. Not the fact that Bostic said he would support 25 basis points. Because he essentially guaranteed, if I'm doing my math correctly, a 5.5 to 5.75 hike. So mid to late summer. The summer starts June 21st. The Fed has a March meeting, a May meeting, and a June meeting. So at minimum, 25 basis points at each and every single one of those. And I'm pretty sure that gets us to 5.25 to 5%. And that's where the hawkish end of the spectrum was maybe a week ago. That was kind of like, okay, that is going to be the peak. That is going to be it. But then Bostic, Mr. Dove, because Kashkari said some stuff. We'll go over Kashkari again in a second. Mr. Dove had to drop that mid to late. Mid to late is when they're going to pause. So that means they got that last hike and then pause. So that's 5.5 to 5.75. That's what they're saying now. That's if the data cooperates. If it doesn't, they're not going to be talking about pausing. Especially because that rate is still below the rate of inflation. I mean, you look at the month on month, you look at the headline, it's still below. So they're going to keep hiking. And it's higher. It sounds like one of the most dovish people is currently more hawkish than the market. So do with that what you will. But my understanding is pretty hawkish. It's just like the Powell thing. That was the market peak of the most recent bear market rally. The market tried to look at things super simple. He says one thing, boom. No, it's not an on-off switch, okay? It's a little more complicated than that. And that's what I'm trying to highlight to you here. It's not 50 versus 25. It's 50 versus 20. It's not even 50 versus 25. The market's got to throw that out, just like it's got to throw out CPI for the most part and focus a lot on PCE. It's what's the peak rate? And then how long are they going to be at what rate? And it's probably until 2025 at least, that rates are above the normal rate, where the long-term average rate. And this is going off the last dot plot. And based on what Kashkari said in his 5.4% expectation, it sounds like they're going to move that dot plot a little bit more in the hawkish direction. A little bit more in the hawkish direction. So that's my understanding of things. I'm not buying the intraday rally into the green off the 200-day moving average delivered to us by Bostic. I'm not even going to go there. I got lucky. I'll admit I got lucky. I sold a bunch of downside plays at the open. I got lucky. So maybe I'm in a little bit more of a calm state than I should be. But I've seen this already. I already got my face ripped off from this, okay? I took money from my clients because I collected my fees, and we got our face ripped off. It wasn't my favorite time to be alive, okay? But I now have seen that. I have those battle scars. And I saw what happened when Powell spoke. And I saw what happened when he spoke 1 week later. It was crazy volatile. Remember that day? It was crazy. That was insane. And I think this is just another one of those, you know? I think it's just another one of those. So let's see what happens. That's today's video. And until next time, peace out.